was when you'd see somebody on the other side and you say, get the ball. Get the ball. Why? I want you to have the ball. No, I don't want the ball. It's like a hot potato. Got rid of it really quickly. I loved the game, but I wasn't any good at it. Right. But that's okay. I played for 30 odd years.
Gee, that's a good stint.
Any bonds still intact?
Yeah, they're all intact. When you're my size, it's not hard. Look down to the left, ladies, there's the freeway.
Wow.
So directly in front of us, this is the Prime Minister's official residence. Called Premier House.
That one there?
Yeah.
It's a wooden house.
It's a wooden house, yeah.
I'll up and I'll puff and I'll blow the house down.
So you heard what happened with our current Prime Minister. He resigned.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've got the deputy in charge now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's all like that, even the fence, so in case it goes down.
In his
He
best
just,
interests.
Too much pressure.
It was time for him to go.
They're all like,
Oh, I think he reckoned it was for family reasons.
yeah.
There's any number of reasons why.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe a word he says, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what we were, he did say was for family reason, but yeah.
I think his son was embarrassing him a bit.
A bit.
Yeah, he's a bit of a loose unit. But I thought he was a bit of a ladies' man, and he's had all these pictures spread all over the paper.
Yeah, that's right, they did.
It's embarrassing.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, well,
It's
nothing,
his
I
son.
suppose. Yeah.
Jesus, you got embarrassed about all your kids, you'd be deep shit.
Yeah, well, it's happened quite often, actually. Politicians' children, a bit embarrassing. Yeah, well, that's true, So coming up, this multi-storey building is the Chinese embassy, and then across the road from there is the Botanic Gardens. That's the lower entrance. So if you do catch the cable car and you have time, you might want to walk down through the gardens.
No.
I thought you were a rugby player.
Anthony, understand something. I'm now at the stage where I follow Oscar Wilde. Every time I get the urge to exercise, I stop and wait for the moment to pass.
Okay, fair enough.
Lydia, straight ahead, look. Straight ahead, look, to your left now, see? Bella.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there's a water feature, Lyd. I'll go and grab it. Put it in the back pocket and take it home.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, look,
Look,
there's a little
oh
pond.
my God, that's beautiful, that garden.
You don't understand, Anthony. Lydia collects water features.
Oh yeah.
That is gorgeous. Look at the homes.
So above us you can see the overhead wires for the trolley buses.
Yeah.
They're actually going to get rid of those buses soon.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're going
Why
to.
is that?
Well, it's too expensive to maintain the wires and the substations.
So all the homes are wood across off
Mostly. We do have brick ones as well. I've got a little brick apartment.
here.
Yeah, much better in an earthquake. Yeah, wooden house. But they take a lot of maintenance. You have to paint them every sort of 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
That's why you have kids.
Yeah, well, yeah. They're also quite cold and drafty as well, so you do have to spend a bit of money getting them, insulated. So you from Adelaide as well, Simeon?
Yep. That's where I live at the moment.
Yeah. So
Till she kicks
have
me
you been
out.
living all over the place, have you?
I've lived in one or two places, yes.
Yeah. So why did you move out of Wellington?
Too windy and too wet.
Where did you stay?
Up past the Captain Cook Hotel, there was a boarding house on the right hand side of one of the side streets.
is up on the terrace, is it?
Yeah. And, stayed in Nio.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Stayed when I first arrived. I stayed in Wainuimata.
All right.
Then went to Petone.
Yes.
Then Nio, and then the boarding house. And then from there I chuffed off south to explore the South Island.
Okay.
Discovered it was too freaking cold to stay.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So went back up to Auckland and then started working on a 55-foot catch sailing around the Pacific Islands
Wow.
as a professional bum.
Gee.
Look to your right, Lydia.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Look to your right and you start looking down, see?
Yeah, you can't.
Between the trees.
It's beautiful.
Huh?
It's very nice.
Yeah, well, we're going up to the...
Heading up to the lookout now.
on the road. Well, they've got nowhere else to park. They crash into
So
it.
this is typical of your sort of narrow streets in the older parts of town.
Yeah, yeah.
Parking, as you've just realised, is a bit of an issue. A lot of these houses, when they were built, there wasn't cars around at that stage, so they didn't build garages with the house.
Yeah.
And also, you're getting people during the week, they park their car up here and walk into town
Yeah.
because they get free parking up here.
Yeah.
So
It would be
they'll-
really hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
When you have
Yeah.
Look at the tunnel.
the tunnel, yeah.
So coming into Northland,
There you go.
this is a nice suburb, upper middle class.
Oh, look to your right.
Yeah.
How do you say-
I can't blow.
How do you say right in Vietnamese?
Simeon, she's filming.
Five.
Yeah.
Open, five,
No,
five,
just five.
five,
Yes.
and left.
Jai.
Oh,
Look at that.
Fivey, and what's the other one?
Jai.
Jivey. Jivey and Jivey. I'll teach you Italian Vietnamese. In English, you got left and right, but if you say in Italian, it's lefty, righty. Look, Lid, to your left, see? And they all lived in little houses, and they all looked just the same.
Oh.
Look at the view.
They're cram-packed in little spaces, Lid.
Yeah, they are. Like quite small. Do they have a couple of bedrooms or 2-3 bedrooms or?
On average, most of them are 3-bedroom. Yeah.
And a sleep out.
So the good thing about this suburb is it faces northwest, and that gives you afternoon sun. You have to be careful in Wellington. You don't want to be on the shady side of the hill.
Because you need the sun as much
Yeah,
as
well,
possible.
it can get pretty
It helps.
cold over winter, as Simeon will attest to.
Yes.
Freezing.
You can't afford to be single in Wellington.
They are tiny little streets. Reminds me of Europe.
Right, okay.
But the views, what you're looking at is the views are spectacular. Look at the stony pole lid with the geraniums. To your right.
Yeah, I see them, Simeon. I love geraniums. They would be gone
So
wild.
they've
here.
changed the name of those from geranium to pelargonium now. Just being a clever clogs.
Oh.
Have you been told today?
Eh?
Have you been told today?
What? You're going to... What?
Oh.
No, I was a gardener for 23
Oh.
Yeah,
Why?
so they've
Oh.
changed the names.
years. Yeah,
Wow.
they've still got geraniums, but there's a slightly different
Yes,
species.
yes, there's one that I've got
Yeah.
at
One?
home. Yeah.
Oh.
You got about 30 or 40 different types.
Oh, it's very high.
Don't worry about the cars coming down.
Yeah,
They go
this
straight off the
is
cliff.
a two-way street.
They got to go on the
What
right.
happened if the car comes down?
No, he goes
They go on the
a
right-hand
different
side.
way.
No.
Isn't this beautiful?
Someone had to give way.
speed up, you know, it's usually a little bit of room to pull over.
You saw him coming down. Which way did you go?
Ultimately, you have to be prepared to back all the way down.
But the view up here is spectacular.
You been up here before, Simeon?
Yep. Long time ago.
Yeah, a lot of Wellingtonians haven't been.
Really?
Yeah. Even Otari
Oh
Reserve.
my goodness. Look.
The beach is on the far on the other side.
Chạy che xuống đất hả?